want him to be the same as me. That's all.
doesn't every
It's
child-
not really that bad.
But
You just
doesn't-
need good leaders.
But doesn't every child want to be like their father? Especially
Yeah.
your son. Doesn't every little boy want to be like their dad?
Of course, he probably have it in him, but he's still he need to find his own way.
Can't you show him the way?
I'm showing him a way that's different than my way. You know what I mean? That's how I
What if he
feel.
finds out you're in the blood when he's 14 years old? What do you think he's gonna do? What are you
I
gonna
ain't
do
never
when your
think
child-
of that. It's a good question, man.
I know, and I'm gonna ask that question.
It's a
in the
good
end,
question.
What if your child finds out that what if he finds out his dad is a member of the blood gang and he's 14? He's saying, "Daddy, I want to be just like you. You're blood. I want to be blood. Or else you get out of the gang, or else I'm gonna get in the gang." What are you gonna?
Get it? He said if he's giving me ultimatums.
Yeah.
My son is.
Yeah, your son. Yeah. Yeah. You what? You would
That's
what?
I would have to tell him that I'm a man of my word, but I don't want you to live my life.
But
I
he
want
wants to
you
be
live
like
your
dad.
own.
He wants to be like his dad.
Gotta be somebody else. He can't
Okay.
be the same.
All right. All right. But
That's just something he can't do.
Still be blood and show him a different path too.
Yeah, he can be. He can.
Yeah. You could show him how to be
that
a
mic,
better
can you
man.
Talk to us in the mic.
You know?
Right now we're listening to this is a young man by the name of his first name is Justin. And Justin, where are you from?
I'm also from New York, Brooklyn. This is my older brother.
That's your brother?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is my older brother.
Okay. All right. And you grew up in Brooklyn. So
Yes. Also.
and what affiliation? Because I know he shared some things with us that kind of like took us for a loop there. What's your? Have you been involved in a gang? Are you
I have
involved
been
in a gang?
involved in a gang, but I'm not blood now. I'm not in no gang now, but I have been. So.
Okay, and when you wore growing up and you saw that kind of thing happening all around you, what was your first thought? What was one of the first things you thought about when you saw like all those things happening?
Man, I think it was
your
more of the excitement for my era, I guess. It was more excited for us to want to be like the older kids.
And
wanna
be out on the street.
Yeah,
having
be
fun.
outside, want to
Yeah.
stay out late.
Yeah.
You know, it's just those things we wanted to do.
Do you
know?
think? Do you think? What's your feeling about kids joining gangs today? What would you tell them?
I would tell them don't join a gang, because if you could be your own man and set your own goals to have your own organization, then do it. You don't have to follow somebody else to do it, or you know. So I don't think you have to join a gang.
Have you ever had any experiences with bullies when you were growing up?
Yeah,
What-
but not coming my way, cause
Or see other kids get bullied
yeah, I
in
seen
New
other
York?
people get bullied. Yes.
Did you
have.
help? What did you do when they were being bullied? Did you just walk away? Did you join the crowd and bully and join the fun? What did you do? Were you a
It's either was you either get bullied or you join them. I mean, I wasn't the bully, but you was friends with him, you know, so you wouldn't get bullied, or you know. So and he was your friend, so he could bully everybody else. So you know, that's how that was.
Well-
it wasn't more so I wanted to be a bully. You know?
especially coming from New York and the Bronx, Brooklyn, Harlem, some of these places talk about how they have such a difficult time going to school, and many times they have to fight, you know, because kids are trying to take their sneakers or trying to. I don't know. I've heard
Yeah.
stories. I don't know if this is true. I guess you know, I've heard stories from different kids about different things. They had like many kids really had a hard time going to some of the school, and many times a kid would choose to, you know, as an alternative to go ahead and skip school and go hang out on the streets with their friends and get in trouble. So what kind of kid were you when you were growing up? Were you that type of kid that went to school, or were you the type of kid that just said, you know what, I just rather hang out on the streets?
I was actually both. I actually like doing it both. I like going to school. I like hanging on the streets. You know, it was that.
Why
was the
why
thing
did
that-
you like hanging on the streets? Why would any young, why would you like, how old were you when you were hanging out on the streets?
Man, I was like at least 13.
Why would a 13-year-old boy choose to just hang on the street and not, instead of just going in home and doing his
I guess-
homework or getting involved in sports or maybe in art or poetry, whatever?
I guess it's just the environment that I was in. That's where I was. That's how I was brought up. That's the environment. That was the environment at the time. Everybody was doing this, and people were stealing people's sneakers because they didn't have it. We wasn't brought
So
up
they would
like
take
that.
the other kids' sneakers?
Yeah, they would.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't have it. You had some. We wanted it because we couldn't have no money for it because we
So
have
then
our
you take what they
parents.
do. Right.
I mean, it was a lot of us, and we only had our mom, so she couldn't get everybody.
So how do you feel about your dad not being in your life growing up? Because you said you only had your mom, so I'm assuming that your
Yeah.
dad has not been in your life.
I mean, I mean, I talk to him here and there, but it's not like he's not in my life, like teaching me.
I'm
the
talking
right
about when you were
ways.
13.
Oh, at 13, no, he wasn't there neither.
How
but,
about 14?
I mean, it's just like a talk on the phone.
When's the last time you talked to him on the phone?
Not too long ago, like a month ago, probably.
A month ago.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Um, tell me, Justin, if I may I ask you another question?
Yes.
May I ask you another question? What message would you say? There's going to be a lot of people watching this video. It's going to be viewed. It's going to pretty much all over. And it's going to be part of the documentary for the film, Missing Love Child. What would you want to say to any person watching this clip now? What message would you tell them as far as should they or should they not get involved in a gang? What would your message be to them?
Man, the gang is not the way to go.
Can you tell us
I
why?
think if you have a chance, if you have the brains to stay in school and you smart enough, you get A's and B's, and then that should be the way you should go. But it's a lot of people who want to be like other people. It's not like they're not their own man. It's more people want to follow people. But
I'm glad you brought that point up. Did you want to be like your brother, Antoine? Antoine's your brother, right?
Yes, that's my brother.
Because we talked to him a little while ago, and Justin, may I ask you this question? Did you want to be like your brother Antoine when you were growing up?
In certain ways, because I seen him get away with certain things.
And so you thought maybe you would try to do the same
Yeah.
thing?
So.
How did that work for you? Doing the same things. Did that get you in jail? Did that get you like in trouble? Did that get you like, problems? How did that work out for you?
I mean, it didn't really get me in trouble, nothing like that. I mean, of course, I would get in trouble by my mom getting a punishment.
Yeah, stuff like
trying
that.
to sneak outside and stuff,
Yeah. Okay. All right. So is there anything, other message you would like to say to the world as far as why kids should not join gangs? Can I tell, maybe, how about if I phrase it this way? How about if I ask you this question, okay? Because you're doing such a good job, and we appreciate so much you taking time to speak with us today. You know why I think, how about if I tell you, you know why I think kids join gangs, Justin? And I'm gonna when I have the next interview with your brother, me and him, we're probably gonna go around and around with this. But let me tell you one of the reasons why I think kids join gangs. I believe children, young people join gangs because they're missing something in their life.
Yes.
And I believe that something they're not getting is love. That they're not getting that nurturing. They're not getting that encouragement. They're not getting what they need from a, and so then they tend to look for other reasons and other things to get it from. I've talked to a bunch of young men and women. I know a few women in the city here, and they told me that the reason they joined the different gangs in the area was because they were searching for love. Were you searching for love? Was there ever a time in your life where you felt like you
think you want to answer that?
What? Searching for love?
searching? Okay.
What's us?
Yeah, the gang. Like, why we're back again with.
I could say what I was searching for.
What were you searching
I don't
for?
think I was searching for love. I was just searching for more. I wanted to change blood. I like blood. I like colors. I like.
What did you want to change? Change it how? Change it
like
how?
how some people might say that it's dangerous. Like, if you get in the game, you gotta do this, sell drugs. No, you could. I know some bloods that build communities, and people do awesome things for their community.
Okay.
And that's why I became blood, because I used to see the older bloods giving the kids money. Like, you ever come to the ice cream truck, they feed you.
Okay.
They see you hungry, they feed you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why some kids do. They see that they show love.